What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here, back with all the news after the wild card week in the first round of the playoffs. As we see here and as we saw in the last video, we are up against our division rival, the Denver Broncos. Not going to be an easy game. And this is like one of those teams, you know, I know we fared pretty well against them in the regular season, but they have the MVP on their team. He's got another season under his belt, and the Broncos scare me. They're a really good team. And despite us having a very good regular season, this could easily be a loss. We don't know. It's definitely not a cakewalk. I think practices are usually pretty light, meaning we can't really do much outside of scrimmage. That's not going to get us enough to really even worry about. But we do have a few things to do today, and one of them being check the stats from the entire regular season, as well as going through the wild card week and kind of seeing how teams did. So let's go ahead and do that. We got the league schedule right over here, and let's see how the matchups look. 49ers and Seahawks, another huge division game. The Patriots beat the Steelers 38-22. Let's go ahead and check the box score really fast. Or the player stats, I suppose. Brock could not get it done against Jimmy here. Both of which were actually backing up Hall of Fame quarterbacks. So kind of interesting to see how their former mentors train them. And Jimmy Garoppolo is actually going to escape with the victory here and get the win. Shane Vereen, 2 touchdowns for him. Martez Kane, the rookie, ran for 77 yards on only 7 attempts. However, he fumbled the ball, and it looks like they pulled him afterwards. That's the only... I don't know. Look, they only ran the ball 9 times. Very, very interesting strategy, especially when it appears to be working. Tamarcus Easton also fumbled the ball, and then Jeremy Hill now with the Patriots. 7 carries with a touchdown. They're only 14 yards. The receiving, Dobson leading the way. Anquan Bolding doing work for the Patriots. DeAndre Hopkins with the Steelers here. Had a touchdown, the lone touchdown of the game. Oh, I take that back. We got 2 down here. Shane Vereen and Charles Sims down the list there. Blocking, nothing of note there. Defensively, the Steelers obviously spent the majority of the day on the field defensively. I bet the time of possession was just ridiculous if you have to pay attention to all the stats and how everybody was doing in the attempts. Like, attempts here, they're pretty even, but again, the whole rushing statistic is just blown out of the water with how long the Patriots held on to the ball, and a lot of that is running the ball and you know, wasting that clock down. So they're going to get the victory there. Moving forward, we have the Buccaneers and the Eagles. The Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champs, are going to get another victory here. And that is Nick Foles leading the way. 2 touchdowns, 216 yards against the rookie Jared Trahan for the Buccaneers, who did not throw a touchdown pass. Shady McCoy here, 2 touchdowns. He did have a fumble, though, just shy of that century mark with 99 yards. And Bernard Pierce had a touchdown for the Buccaneers. Receiving, Greg Jennings leading the way, 7 catches, 86 yards. Jonathan Broussard, 7 catches, 39 yards. Randall Cobb also had a touchdown for the Eagles here. 6 catches, 34 yards for him. That'll be in the touchdown mark department, that is. Godfrey leading the way with 9 tackles. I forgot to check the interceptions on that last video. We'll go back and do that. Not the last video, but the last game. No interceptions there. That's pretty interesting to see. I do want to check that out, though. Let's see. Were there any? There might not have been any. I think I saw that there were at least... Yeah, there was one. So let's go check that out really fast before we move forward. And it is Sean Smith getting the interception. Okay. Wild card, we got the Broncos and the Texans. Obviously, we know the Broncos won 30-11. Chaz Jenkins, 306 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. By far the best day of a quarterback we've seen so far in the wild card. And then the defense stepped up, forcing Christian Ponder into 3 interceptions there. Monte Ball leading the way with 73 yards. Don't see Le'Veon Bell here. I wonder if he is hurt. That could be a huge blow. Doesn't have an injury mark next to him. I don't know what's going on there. That's pretty interesting to see. It looked like, was that Giovanni Bernard is on the Texans? I had no idea, and he didn't get a carry either. Neither did Arian Foster. Very, very interesting. I don't know if that was a lot of injuries or if the years have just been very, very poor to them, but Lance Dunbar was leading the way for the Texans in rushing. Receiving, Julius Thomas got a touchdown, 84 yards. Demarius Thomas, the other Thomas brother, 98 yards and a touchdown. Andre Johnson, 105 yards on 6 catches. Matt Ward, the second-year player, now third-year player, I apologize, also with a touchdown. Wait, second year? I forget if that shows 2 or 3. I forget. I feel like he was there 2 years ago after the rookie year, so I feel like third year right now. Defensively, we did see that there are quite a few interceptions. We'll go check that out. Jeffrey Graham, the rookie, getting the 1 sack there. Interceptions, Chris Harris Jr. with 2, Malcolm Jenkins with 1, and TJ Ward with 1. And last but not least, we have the Seahawks beating the Vikings 27-13 here. Vikings, who won the first Super Bowl in this franchise, doing pretty well there. I am blanking, man. I'm getting all my years mixed up. I know they won. I don't know if they won the first or if they won the second. I feel like the 49ers might have won the first. The Vikings won the second, and then the Eagles won the third, if I'm not mistaken, now that I think about it. I could be wrong on that, though. I think that's how it played out, though. Adrian Peterson, 89 yards, no touchdowns. Marshawn Lynch had a touchdown. He also fumbled the ball. Not a great day for him. 14 carries, only 34 yards. Bobby Rainey, 11 carries for 25 yards. Receiving the ball, Tavon Austin on the Vikings, 7 catches, 88 yards. For him, Scott Chandler had a touchdown with 47 yards. Wheaton had a touchdown, Marcus Wheaton. Adrian Peterson also had a receiving touchdown there. Defensively, we saw a few interceptions here. We're going to have to check that out, see who's leading the way. Bobby Wagner, Earl Thomas III, and Odom for the Seahawks, getting those big play interceptions there. So let's go ahead and check out the stats, the league stats throughout the year. Go through this kind of quickly. We've paid pretty close attention to our players, so we can kind of glance over that. I feel like we've checked that out quite a bit of times throughout the season to at least have an idea of where we are. So let's go ahead and check out the NFL stats here. Passing yards, we know that Nassib is going to be leading the way here. 4,728. Chaz Jenkins right behind him. Johnny Manziel, Flacco, and Breeze, the other 4 there. Touchdowns, Chaz Jenkins, 43. This guy is looking to pass it all over our defense in this upcoming playoff game. I am really nervous. I wasn't too nervous until I saw that we had that matchup. Granted, we have fared well so far. 30 interceptions for Mark Gutierrez, the rookie. We saw our defense pick him apart there in Week 17, so we know he is capable of turning the ball over. Brian Hoyer with 25, Robert Griffin III with 24, Stafford with 23, Aaron Rodgers 22, Cam Newton, Derek Carr on that list as well with 22. Rushing the ball, Adrian Peterson leading the way, 1,780 yards for him, 1,537 yards for Devin Golden, who is behind him. Alfred Morris, 19 touchdowns, 17 for Andre Brown out of NC State. Doug Martin with 13. DeJuan Harris with 13 for the Lions. Ridley with 12 for the Jaguars. Sproles with 12 for the Saints here. Easton with 12 for the Patriots. And Bobby Rainey, 12 for the Vikings. And Devin Golden right here at 11 with Eddie Lacy and Trent Richardson right behind him. Receiving the ball, Lavaris Carey for the Browns, 125 catches. AJ Green, 122. And Dez Bryant with his new team getting 120. Jordy Nelson, Jimmy Graham, each with 111. And quite a few players here with 110 catches. Check out the touchdown mark. 15 for Andre Johnson. Brandon Cooks with 14. Dez Bryant, 12. Jawan Sellers with 12. Again, he really started to blossom. This is a rookie wide receiver, guys, getting 12 touchdowns. From Tremaine Small. We definitely are going to have to keep an eye on him moving forward. Cody Latimer with 12. And again, quite a few guys here with 11, including Keaston Mack. Moving forward, blocking. Kind of a weird stat to look at just because I feel like it's a little skewed as you see all of our guys up at the top of that list. Tackle, Sean Lee, 170. Sacks, 15 for Von Miller. Again, all of our guys are going to be crossed off of this list, but we kind of know where they rank. Not a whole lot of guys getting 10-plus sacks this year. That's kind of interesting to see. But also interesting to see Deshae Campbell, our rookie cornerback, on that list. But he really didn't contribute much in the passing game, unfortunately. Darryl Smith with 8. Margarito Marmarosa, Matt Marmarosa's brother, as I like to call him, with 8 interceptions. Wow. Cortez Allen with 8. Quite a few players here with 7. And another Brown player. Man, the Browns are looking like they're going to be pretty good. I haven't seen them do too much in the playoffs yet, but they constantly seem to be around there. Fumbles forced, or their players seem to be at the top of a lot of stats, I should say. 4 for Glover Quinn. A lot of players with 3 and 2 here. Fumbles recovered, 2 for Glover Quinn. All right. Eric Reed on that list. The Mukamara on that list. Blocks. See what we got here. Sean Lee with 2. A few players with 1, including Tyvon Branch over there. Safeties. J.J. Watt with 2. Elvis Doomerville with 1. And touchdowns. Tremaine Brock with 2. Kyle Fuller with 2. And I'm assuming we're going to have a lot of players, as we do, with 1 touchdown on the defensive side of the ball there. Kicking. Blair Walsh leading the category here with 42 makes on the season. Percentage, let's check out. 96, Delgado, a rookie. 31 of 32, great pickup for them. 26 of 27 for Gostkowski. Forbath, also on the list there. Punting. And I know average is going to be Marquette King by a mile. The guy is just a monster. Eldon Strong leading the way, and average kick return. Again, another Colt on the list. 2 touchdowns for Peterson, Cobb, and McCluster. Going down the list, we have a few other players to check out. And then we will also look at punt return. This is going to be Torrey Smith leading the way. Okay. I definitely feel like our guys might have been up there. Torrey Smith with a touchdown. Trent Richardson with 1. Wow, okay. And again, quite a few players on this list, guys. That is going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button. It really does help me out a lot. And we got the playoffs coming. Also, if you're excited, hit that like button, because I know I am. Let's see some predictions, guys. How do you think the game is going to fare for us? You know, we have to go up against Chaz Jenkins. Derek Carr has been a little bit inconsistent. We don't know what kind of game we're going to get from him. If our defense can hold Chaz Jenkins in check, I think we'll get the victory. But it's definitely going to be a tough test. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see y'all there. Later.